what's up, world? All my subscribers, listeners, my family, Confidence in the Klutch, baby. You know what it is, man. It's birthday week for me. Birthday on the 30th, so, man, this is my birthday pie to a certain degree. Happy birthday to me. Thank God for my mom and daddy and all my ancestors and the lineage that got me here. Thank God for my beautiful children that I'm here to see every day, man. And thank God to y'all, man, for paying attention and coming on with me on this ride, man. You know how we do it, man. Let's get it on like that, Mike, a little too low. Life Accused as a Teacher, Part 71. Welcome to episode 307 of the Confidence in the Klutch podcast with Donald Nelson of the Confidence in the Klutch Network. Oh, I ain't got no music ready, but you know what? It don't even matter. That's why y'all fuck with me, because I make mistakes, baby. You know what I mean? Y'all make mistakes, but we get it together, baby. I ain't finna re-record none of this shit, right? Because God did. God made it this way right now. You know what I mean? Man, because you know why? I was in the studio, y'all. I've been in the studio going crazy, yo. Going stupid crazy, yo. Like, I've been making some heat, man. That my next joint, my next beats in the clutch or whatever the hell I call that shit. Man, that shit finna be fire. And I've been working on some shit. Shout out to Sarah, the instrumentalist. She was like, yo, some cats to be using loops, man. You can make your loops. So you can make your own loops off of one shots and be straight with it. Other cats be like, yeah, man, these loopers and all this shit. But, man, I used to be a click and point, drag and dropping this stuff and making hot music that I used to play in the background of this. So your craft is your craft. You be able to do versatile things doing what you need to do to make your shit, you know what I mean? But you know, I take samples from Splice and Loop Masters, and I turn the octaves down at least 4 levels or turn it up 4 levels to make it my own. But today I'm chopping shit up, man. It's fire, man. You know what I'm saying? It's fire for somebody that didn't make a beat for like 78 days. And then I just been grinding, baby. Just been grinding hard. So ain't no February beats, but I've been grinding hard in March, man. That shit is coming, though. Trust me. All right, we ready? We ready? We rolling? All right, let's roll, y'all. Life Accused as a Teacher, Part 71. I might as well put this in the notes now because it was going crazy for my birthday. All right. Everything is going well. Everything is going well to the best of the children's abilities with what we're trying to do. And I'm trying to make them understand about just this work ethic right now that y'all didn't have. I don't want to hear nothing in May. Like, y'all got to get it together now. You know what I'm saying? They don't do the work. They don't honor their work. So that's the issue. I got to get them to honor their work. We don't blame feeble things and somebody don't like me and they be claiming racism. I feel them. But the thing is, I had to prepare them for the world. If y'all could say racism, what did your parents do? Don't be crying to me months later. What did your parents do? If your parents didn't think it, who am I to say, yo? You know what I mean? If you got a classmate that's white and they're willing to show you their work and your work is better or looks the same, you have to bring it to that teacher's chest. How did they get an advance? You got a proficient. You know what I mean? But we have to work. It can't be when we want to work and it's this class and that class. Students that's on that, they on that all the time. I was talking to safety, and this girl was talking about she was gonna fight, right? And she said the girl name, and the safety was like, she Caucasian? She said, no, she's white. Right. SMMFH, right? Talking to students about finishing strong and improved grades. This cat talking about, I don't have time to do the work. I don't have time to do the work. He has more important work. I told him then to fix your time management skills and he bugged back. SMMFH. Somebody else. I didn't look at the instructions, but do you want us to do it in Spanish or English? La clase de español. Escriba en español. I think that's what I said. This is a Spanish class, right? In Spanish, cuz I think that's what it is, right? Y'all let me know in the comments below, baby. Yeah, man. Listen, man. It's going down, man. Birthday week, man. I have no reason but just to celebrate right now. All right. It's Espanol class or class at that Espanol. Crazy as fuck, man. These are juniors, y'all, just to let you know. So I love my babies. You can't make this shit up, though. The new uniforms is dope. I think we're going gold away, white at home. Look dope. That's it. All right. Moving on, y'all. I didn't kick it too much. All right. Stephen A. Smith. That's my man right there. Don't do too much on Stephen A. There will be no Stephen A. slander on here. I don't care. So Stephen A. defended himself on his No Mercy podcast about his interview with Dan Labertar, who asked him on this podcast, the South Beach Sessions, if he felt like he was responsible for the degradation of sports debate TV. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot right there. And talking about like no journalistic tenets and bad for sports talk shows. Now, mind you, this is a TV show. This is not written. So this is just coming verbal jabbing in this. It's in a debate format. But I can interrupt you, I can yell over you, I can do whatever because it's TV. This is not the debate where you got the podium, I got the podium, and you got a minute and 30 to speak, and I got a minute and 30 with my rebuttal. We ain't doing that. This is television. Television's entertainment. So Stephen A. felt the way about but not about Dan asking him the question, because he came at Dan right on the show, said, if I messed up TV, you did too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all these other shows messed it up too. Like, if that's what it's gonna be, that's what it's gonna be. But Dan liked to get at people just a little bit just to see how they gonna answer the question. Cause they ain't got to answer the question. But Dan loved Dan. He a motherfucker though. But shows like First Take and Undisputed were the ones in the crosshair. And Stephen A. was right. Shit, your style is your style. But if First Take is to blame, then all of these shows are to blame as well. But to me, it's apples and oranges. Stephen A. rejected Dan's assertion due to his journalistic background and challenging Dan that if he feels that question was justified, then he's a hypocrite because people could say the same thing about him. Now, it's the me's and you's that picked up the story, right? People feel like they got a Twitter, they got the right to say stuff whenever they want to, and that's fine as well. But listen, styles make fights, right? First Take is a sports debate show. Highly Questionable, which Dan show on ESPN, was an opinion-based back and forth akin to PTI. Like, it wasn't, excuse me, there wasn't like, I'm right, you wrong, I'm agree to disagree. We were just talking sports. That's like we at the barber shop. All three shows, Highly Questionable, First Take, PTI, ESPN, Undisputed, Fox. All three shows are and were successful in their own right. Now, shout out to Dan for bringing to light what others want to say. Shout out to Stephen A. for standing up for himself. Dan and the other reporters that take this shit serious, though, in this world of hot takes and viral moments on YouTube and social media. I got a mic. I can say what I want to say. But the journalistic tenets that Stephen A. said, if I'm writing a piece, I have to be a little bit more careful what I write. This is spoken word to people that want to listen to me, and I can say what I want to say. But I have to make sense, right? I just can't be out here talking crazy. So that's what Stephen A. was trying to buck, because people, social media, like I said, it wasn't no hate towards Dan. It was just the hate towards the haters that was talking that shit. Because there would be no Stephen A. hate on my watch, not over here. We on Stephen A. hate over here. The brother's phenomenal, man. I don't care if they call him Screaming A. I don't give a damn. The brother phenomenal. I love Stephen A. All right. That ain't saying he can't be wrong. I'm just saying I love his get down. All right. Let's go. NCAA men's and women's pick. I had Alabama and Marquette in my main brackets. I had South Carolina and South Carolina in my other brackets. So now we get into the Final Four for the man. My bracket is not alive at all. But that Michigan State, Kansas State University game was one of the best games I saw all year, because I was in and out. The college game really didn't grab me this year. So Michigan State, they went for go for the quick 2 and foul. They went for the tray. So you know what it is. 2019 for Marquise Noel, right? He was dropping dimes. He set the NCAA tournament assist record. His shot selection was a little bit off with that logo shit, though, and not having enough strength to get it there, because he like 5'7", so you shooting far as hell. But I love their coach, Jerome Tang. He lets them play and have input to change shit up. They want to say, was this real or fake, when they was arguing about the play? 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, and he threw the lob. I think that was a scripted play. That lob talking to coach was epic. Now, they ended up losing to FAU in the Elite Eight, but you know, it was a great game. Now, we got FAU and Creighton was at yes, that was a foul in the Creighton San Diego State game. Yes, it was a foul. And yes, you have to call that because, well, you know what? If Creighton was down 2, you make that call. If Creighton was up 2, you don't make that call. the game was tied. I believe you shouldn't make that call. But if it was a foul, though, it was a foul. So you got to make that call, though. If Dahl didn't have his forearm there and Dahl just shot the shot, he beat you, first of all. He beat you. And then I'm punishing the offensive player for getting by you, fam. So, yeah, that's a foul. It's just a foul. It got to be a foul, right? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So, Final Four. We got Florida Atlantic University versus San Diego State. Then we got UConn versus Miami. I didn't say nothing about Miami, but I got Miami because they've been revving up the last few years for this moment and shit. And Wong is the heart of that team. Like, I love them, but UConn is blowing people the fuck out. So I kind of want to pick UConn, but I'm going with Miami. Something telling me Miami gonna win this shit. And that'll be love for Miami. Now for the women, I watched the women. Shout out to Jordana Reisman, the Cleveland State Vikings, I'm sorry, who made it to the NCAA tournaments and shit. So, but they've been out since the first round. The women. We got South Carolina versus Virginia Tech in the Final Four. We got LSU versus Iowa. Me personally, I'm rolling with my picks, which is LSU versus South Carolina for the championship game, with South Carolina going undefeated. I know about the Caitlin Clark and all that stuff. I know about all that. South Carolina, they first team and they second team is legit. And I can't believe that point guard for South Carolina is a fucking freshman, man. Like, Aaliyah Boston, they hold shit down, man. Like, that's a team. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. It reminds me of my state title team. Like, I had 10. When that 10 wanted to play, that was a 10 though. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I'm going with Miami and the men. I'm going with South Carolina with the ladies, man. Holla back, let your boy know. Piece of information I read this past weekend about the Chicago Blackhawks, and this is where it gets a little tricky, because this beat right here is one of them looper beats. I just made this on lunch one day, just grabbing loops and clicking. It sounds slick, though. The Chicago Blackhawks Pride warm-up jerseys, right? They decided not to wear it due to the fear of problems Russian players may have with their homeland. Fair. Per ESPN, while Chicago will go without Pride warm-up jerseys this year, the team has planned a variety of activities in conjunction with last Sunday's game. DJs from the LGBTQ plus LGBTQIA plus community will play before the game and during an intermission, and the Chicago Gay Men's Choir also is slated to perform. There are also plans to highlight a couple of area businesses with ties to the LGBTQIA plus community. Yeah. This is not about personal wants and needs. This is about at my home. I'm from there. I'm like on a work visa here. I can't wear this and go to the crib. They take a picture of me with this on, I might get killed. Like, serious, real shit. Like, for real. Because in Russia, they don't play. So it sucks for the players, because they may want to, like, some players were like, fuck Russia, I'm doing my thing. Have worn the shit, worn the jerseys, worn whatever that celebrated pride and shit. This is country shit. This is countries that we're posturing for war and shit. So I'm not getting into that if I'm a Russian player either. No, I can't wear this shit, man. I can't do it. Because they can fuck with me about anything. They definitely ain't gonna fuck with me about this. You know what I'm saying? They can fuck with me. I'm over here. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Right to each his own, man. No fine on nothing. It's all good. All right? Let me know what y'all think in the comments about that, man. Moving on. NBA Week 24, baby. Let's get it. Last Tuesday, Ja addressed the media. He was directly asked if he has a drinking problem. He said no. He went to counseling to find better ways to deal with stress. I appreciate how he handled the questions. The confidence in the Klutch he exuded, standing in his truth. Ja will now be a spokesperson for the young and showing there's nothing wrong with getting counseling or therapy. That's what I like. In the black community, we have a stigmatization of not going to seek help. We pray to Jesus. That's all we do. Fuck what other people think. The shit might not work on or for you, right? That's on them and their therapist. I'm proud of you, Ja, and thank you for trying to end the mental health stigma to go talk about things that you perceive as an issue. And that's what people were complaining about. He was on there for 5 days. Y'all don't know if he had ongoing stuff because of HIPAA. Leave him alone. PG, knee sprain, That's what it is. We thought it was real uglier than what it was. He would be evaluated in like 2 to 3 weeks. With 9 games left at the time when I took this note, it would keep him out the rest of the regular season. Then Zion out another 2 weeks at the time when I took these notes with a calf strain. So they probably out the rest of the regular season. They might just shut Zion down. Don't trade him. Just shut him down. Give him one more season to get his shit right to see what you possibly can get for him. I just hope this ain't the play that he didn't want to be in New Orleans. He wanted to be in the major market and he faking hurt. That'd be weak because once you start playing, that karma gonna come back and he could really get hurt. So I hope that's not the issue with Zion. Last Thursday, Cat returned Karl Anthony Towns to play after being out since November 22nd, right? After being out since November. He had 22, 4, and 3 in 24 minutes and the 125-124 win versus the Hawks. Good for Cat, man. They gonna be all right. Because now you got Mike Conley Jr. He gonna get the rock where he needed to be. You got Anthony Edwards. You got Gobert to clean up the slack where he's supposed to be out on defense and let him free, let him roam a little bit. They're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. Friday, that Golden State Warriors Philadelphia game was a good-ass game. Like, the Sixers were up in the fourth, like with 6 minutes left, and then the Warriors just kept on chopping. Like, Embiid is a force to reckon with. I talked with Jay. Y'all know who Jay, friend of the network, about big man in the post and how Embiid plays. I said, listen, man, I understand the back to the basket shit, but when you can take it from the hole and come down and you can get to the hole from the tray ball line and then you can do that Akeem shit and still catch it on the block, reverse pivot, and do what you got to do. And if you get anywhere around that rim, you bamming that shit. I said, Jay, that's what the game is. We even talked about Chris Webber as opposed to Joel Embiid. Like who's the better player? Like, and he was saying because Joel Embiid play better D and he get that tray, I'm taking Chris Webber. I said, if you put Joel Embiid how you want him to play in that back to the basket era, I'm taking him in that era over, and then in this era right now, I might take Chris Webber in this era because he'll be a better Chris Webber will be shit. I forgot who I said Chris Webber would be right now. But Chris Webber would be like a better Tim Duncan, Draymond Green, Magic Johnson combo. It'd be like a combo of that shit the way Chris played, especially before he got hurt and shit. Oh, man, he'll be a monster, man. He'll be a beast. He'll be a beast right now. And Joel would have been a beast back then during them days when you still had the big man like that, man. If he was on a block, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. The Sixers lost that game because it was 6 versus 4 in double figures because the Warriors was playing their ass off for real, straight up. So, Sunday, LeBron returns after 13 games. Shout out to the King, 19 off of the bench. You know, Bron tore a ligament in his foot. You know what I mean? So, how the fuck is he back? How you tear a ligament in your foot and you back that fast, King? Greatness, technology, and heart. You know what I mean? Probably playing through some pain. They lost to the Bulls by 10, though. Yo, Pat Bev, I came with Pat Bev with the baby shit and make LeBron make sure he looked at him and slapped the ground on his ass. It's okay. I can't. But they can't lose that game, no, but I get it. LeBron came back and kind of fucked up the rotation and everything that was going on. The West seeds 4 through 12 is separated by 4 damn games all the way through them 8 spots, man. So, damn. It's parity like a motherfucker in the West. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. Luka is struggling with things outside of basketball. He might need to go to therapy and take some time away as well, which makes basketball not as fun for him. He feels he's just out there. Yo, with the Mavs fucking up not signing Jalen Brunson, strike 1, that'll fuck up my mental health. Trading wing defenders and shooters, strike 2, that'll fuck up my mental health and my happiness. Bringing in Kai, now, blame is trying to be placed on him, but we know it ain't Kai problem. That might be strike 3 on, like, damn, y'all. That ain't it. We just faulty things and we doing stuff, but it can't be Kyrie. It might be lack of personnel is the issue. You know what I mean? But not Kyrie. Dare I say J Kidd ain't coaching him? He got to have the personnel to coach it, right? So that ain't the issue. It ain't J Kidd coaching. They don't have the defense or the size to rebound the ball. They don't have the defense or size to defend and rebound the ball. That's the problem. What they like with Kai and Luka, they like 3-7, and with Kai alone by himself without no Luka 3-1, and then Kai done took some games. Y'all do the math. They just don't have enough. Luka cannot play without the ball, and he doesn't defend as well. Kai ain't the best defender. He can play without the ball. He done showed that. He done play with Bron. He done play with Harden. He done play with KD, so he can play off the ball. Kai has been doing his thing. No distractions, right? So did the Mavs try to get Luka a partner and just picked almost a carbon copy in Kai? Like front office shit, right? Dallas is on the outside of the bubble right now. Like Knicks have the tick that their pick this year from the Porzingis trade from a couple years back, but it's top 10 protected. So shit, right now, shit, if we outside the bubble, Luka talking about he ain't feeling well, him and Kai been now injured. Like shit, should Dallas tank to keep their pick? Hell no, we can't tank, baby. Because you make your bed, you got to lay in the front office. We ain't saving the front office right now. But we know if it's a team pick, it's going to the Knicks. We got to try to make the offs, though. We got to try to make the offs. So I was pissed a little bit with Joel missing the second showdown with Jokic. Denver beat Philly, minus Embiid and Harden, but you know what I mean? I wanted him to play that because it's getting to that game, and we only got one game. And they're going to try to say he ducked him and shit. He ain't ducked him. He was tired in the bitch. He shouldn't have played that Golden State and that Phoenix game back-to-back. He should have played the Golden State, skipped the Phoenix, and then played the Denver. But, I mean, you can't pick. We trying to win these games, right? We're trying to win. Shit, now think about it. I think they might have lost both them damn games. I think. Let me check it out. Did they lose both them damn games? Let me see, man. Because the Golden Saturday. Yeah, they did lose both them games. Yeah, I would have took the Phoenix game off in hindsight. But hindsight is 2020, y'all. And Bradley Beal is under investigation for allegedly slapping the fans' head off for talking about you made me lose like $100K or $3,500 or $30,000 or whatever the hell it is, and making contact with his head. So you slapped his head off and blah, hit him upside his head. Man, they'll set out the court. All right, y'all. Confidence in Klutch. NBA top 6 week 24 power rankings. The shit ain't changed, man. Grizzlies, Cavs, Sixers, Nuggets, Celtics, Bucks. Grizzlies, Cavs, Sixers, Nuggets, Celtics, and Bucks. There's nothing to change. These are the seasons it's going to be. This is how they should finish, barring some minor setbacks. You know what I'm saying? Once the Bucks sit up number 1, they can sit players. Celtics sit up number 2, they can sit. Nuggets number 1, they can sit, and Grizzlies number 2, they can sit once they seal the deal, whatever they're trying to do. The Sixers is on the Celtics' tail, but I don't think they're going to catch them. They're too many behind. So, and Grizzlies, they on the Nuggets' tail, but they can't catch them. So it's just the Celtics, Bucks, and the Grizzlies, Nuggets. But I don't even the Celtics. Yeah, they can catch the Bucks. They can catch the Bucks. So we gotta see about that. So I don't know. I didn't play this beat on. Yeah, I did. All right. So. Quick ones, y'all. Ready for quick ones to get up out of here, man. Ramadan is almost over for the day. All right. This Lamar Jackson shit, man. Listen, Shannon Sharp said the best thing about Lamar Jackson. I don't talk football. I'm trying to focus more on basketball. You know what I mean? And just regular shit. But the football shit, that's why it's part of the quick ones. Lamar Jackson. Shannon Sharp said the smartest thing I've heard about the contract situation is the agent shield Lamar from hearing all the shit that he don't want to hear in the negotiations. He said if Lamar was a free and clear agent without any franchise tag, he could be his own agent. But since he wasn't, he needs one. Like, motherfucking shit, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to deal with all the extra shit. When you free and clear, you can negotiate whoever the fuck you want to. The Ravens gave you the lower franchise tag and asking for 2 first-round picks. Then the other team got to sign you. No, not going to be able to do it. Hey, not going to be able to do it. Hey, yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just tough, Lamar. That 3%, what is that? 6 to 10 million if you get that 250. Man, let that shit ride. Let that shit ride. But I get it, though. If he do get it, he's right. If he don't, they're going to be like, you should have had an agent. We know what it is. Hindsight is 2020. Moving on. Jonathan Majors arraigned on domestic violence and harassment. Quote, in a statement to NPR Tuesday, Majors' defense attorney Priya Chaudhry claimed that the woman has taken back her allegations in written statements and that Majors called 911 himself over concerns for her mental health. Chaudhry has told multiple other media outlets that Majors is completely innocent of the charges of assault, strangulation, and harassment for which he was arrested in New York City on Saturday. She has additionally said that forthcoming video witness statements would clear him of any wrongdoing. At the time, the woman told police she had been assaulted. As of Saturday evening, Majors was no longer in police custody and was released without bail. The victim sustained minor injuries to her head and neck and was removed to an area hospital in stable condition. All right, end quote. If he did it, he should be punished. You know what I mean? We don't put hands on women. We don't put hands on women. We don't put hands on women. Women, we don't put hands on man. We don't put hands on man. We don't put hands on man. Keep your hands, your arms, your legs, and your feet to yourself and control your motherfucking mouth. That's it, right? But the law is innocent until proven guilty, right? So to me, until there is evidence and a conviction, he's innocent. But these people, they're at work. They're at work. The brother is making way too many moves, right? He's a target now. First he's gay with Michael B. Jordan, then actor of the year type shit. The Army put his ad this weekend. I'm praying for everybody in this situation because when victims do this, it's hard. They say, see, this is why we don't come out. But also, when people get falsely accused, it's hard for people to regain that reputation because they say where smoke is fire. Prayers, thoughts and prayers for everybody involved, man. For real. Beyonce's contract with Adidas ended with the Ivy Park stuff. The athleisure line sold but missed projection by like $2.2 million or whatever. Beyonce will partner with Balmain. Now we move from affordable to expensive though, right? Rumors were over creative differences or whatever, or the time just ran out, right? What about the line didn't meet athleisure shit though? Like, safe to say it was kind of over the top with some of this shit. And I'm in the Beehive. Y'all can't say shit to me. It was over the top for some of this shit, like to just do regular athleisure just to chill. You know what I mean? Some of that shit you probably couldn't chill. And I seen some of the shit. Shit was hot. Shit was hot. But you know what I'm saying? Like it just didn't work out. But I wonder in the back of my head, if Adidas dropped Kanye for the anti-Semitic shit, we know Kanye is part of the Rock. Beyonce is part of the Rock. Can we move her ass out of the way because she didn't, you know what I mean, do what probably we wanted her to do? Let me know in the comments, baby. That's why it's a quick one. Hey, for all my people, spoiler alert my ass, Louie must die. Louie must die. Louie must die on Snowfall. I can't believe she tried to blame Franklin for the shit that happened to her. She wanted to go over the top. She wanted more money. Franklin asked her to help him get Teddy. She said, no, that's my plug. I can't help you. He put a gun out on her. Jerome and Franklin been dropping bodies ever since over that because she wouldn't help her nephew who helped her get to where the fuck she was at. So the pimp scene was needed. And I'm going to tell you why the pimp scene was needed. It took her back to where she came from. See, you ain't too far removed from where you came from. Kane was a genius with that move. R.I.P. to Jerome, no, because all this bullshit. Greed killed him. Louie's greed killed him. He told her earlier in the episode, I can't do this no more, like 2 different times. I can't do this no more. And she got to keep doing it. That's that addictive shit, that drug shit, right? Thanks, Louie. So she bet not make it out of that warehouse in tomorrow's episode. The first scene of the show is Franklin killing her and leaving her body with Jerome. She cannot make it out there. Franklin, you bet not save Louie, man. She got Jerome killed, man. She got Jerome killed, man, over some bullshit. Too much flossing. Too much Sam Rothstein. You know in the comments, y'all. Check out the Power of Reverberation podcast, Book 2 Ghosts. Check it out right now, man. Breaking down the pod. Breaking down the show like I always do, man. You know what I'm saying? And all that. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Confidence in the Clutch, baby. You know what it is, man. Y'all know. Appreciate everything y'all do, man. Keep on following, listening, supporting everything, man. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Support your own black-owned media. Listen to and follow the network on various platforms, confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, and wherever you listen to your podcast. Search Confidence in the Clutch. Follow, share, rate, and review is important. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at K&K. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Weekly, Donald Nelson, Dizzle, Deezy, Deezus, Deezos, Don P, Don D, Donrilla. Host Confidence in the Clutch podcast with Donald Nelson. The Confidence in the Clutch podcast about sports, entertainment, music, culture, religion, politics, and society. You know what I'm saying? Have a safe and healthy night. If you're listening during the daytime, create a great day on purpose, y'all. Peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3, in the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence.